Someone flips me a bad body. Oh, it's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Hello, Rah.
Rico, did you miss me?
I missed you more than life itself, sir. And might I say that you're looking absolutely. I have, and you know I have, bastard. So good to see you, my brother. Thank you so much for
what you were doing. It is great to see you, but yeah, I know if I was doing what you're doing, I probably wouldn't miss you because you're out there, you're killing it. You're working like 24/7 on boxing, ain't you? How do you do it? I mean, I fell asleep last night listening to.
How do I do it? Well, a Red Bull in 15 years will just do amazing things, to be honest with you. But thank you so much, my brother. I just want to say to you, Rah, thank you so much, because I just want everybody to know, the fans and everything like that, that if it wasn't for Rah, and he I had a very bad spell at a certain time, and Rah's always supported me, and he's always been there for me. And I just want to say that, this is not just a friend, this is family to me. So Rah, I love you, my guy, and thank you so much for always just being there for me, bro. Like it's very rare in the business that you have somebody like such as yourself that always has your back and stuff. So I've always got your back, bro, and much love, bro. I love you, man, for real.
Oh, I'm touched. Yeah, actually, I've been.
Well, as you should.
But you know what? Let's go into tonight, the subject matter of tonight, because this is where we get to put in a test of the theory of pretty privilege. Alycia Baumgardner, your favorite fighter ever. For what reason? I can only guess. So, pissed hot, pot dirty, use whatever euphemism you want. But, yeah, you're going to give her a pass because she's cute.
No. To be honest with you, right, when myself and I believe that it was Ryan, and maybe one or two other people, when we broke the story, you should have seen my DMs, bro. Right. Thank you, Shy. I love you, baby. You should have seen my DMs. My DMs were not the greatest place to be a part of. They were saying, "Oh, Rico, how can you say this with no reputable sources? How can you say this without?" And I was just like, I am the source, bro. I am the source. I am the source. SAWSE, you bastards. Okay, so at the end of the day, believe me, don't believe me. However, I had it under incredible authority, right? And from the first time, it actually broke on my space. I think it was 11 p.m., not yesterday, but the day before. And, I obviously did some digging. Some people reached out to me. And, it's... Oh, I think we've lost Rah.
I'm still here.
Are you there?
Earwigging everything you're saying.
Wicked.
Yeah.
So obviously it's when I broke the story, people really hated me. I don't give an F. I loved and I love Alycia. Okay, I actually have an interview coming out with Mr. Rick Ramos, who's very close to Alycia. There's interviews with Gerald Washington. There's this, there's that, or whatever like that. I have been working away, because you know what it is? I love you all. And if it wasn't for you, Rah, and people and the fans and everything like that, I would not be here. I promise you I would not be here. I swear to you. you know, so I have to give back, and give back I am. I have exclusives,
You are. How
exclusives,
you are.
exclusives. All right, but we're gonna go on to the exclusives in a minute.
So, what's your perception? I've been really busy recently. In social
Thank you,
media,
sucker.
are people going in on? Are people going in on Alycia as hard as, say, Conor Ben?
Yes, they are.
What you can
Yeah,
see?
they are. They are. They are. Well, I mean, it's. Let me just say this, right? I say that it's a coincidence that elite matchroom fighters and matchroom shows are getting cancelled, and you know, it's matchroom. If anybody can identify in the last 10 months, apart from matchroom, anybody that's been popped, yeah, anybody that's been popped, apart from a matchroom fighter and stablemate, then I'll give you £100 right now, because it's only matchroom. And you know, I will tell you exactly what the drug is that Alycia got popped for. Alycia got popped for a hormonal drug that is prescribed to men with low testosterone. Rah, you and I know nothing about this because our testosterone is fucking on 150,000%. So we don't know anything about these things, right? But that's exactly what it is. There's trace amounts. I'm still doing more digging. I'm still doing more interviews with people. I'm still, you know, because Alycia obviously, you know, she might not want to speak to me. I understand. I know exactly who she's been speaking to. I know exactly what she's been saying. I know exactly everything about everything. Call Mystic Meg. Some of you are too young for that. But in my opinion, right? In my opinion, I find it so funny, Rah, that Matchroom is the only one getting popped. But Matchroom is doing the most extensive testing with their fighters, from British to European to world level. So, you know, they say the cost. Thank you, Ikram. They say the cost, you know, and I'll say a standard piss test is about 10K. 20K is a blood and piss test. 30K is a hair follicle, blood fire, blood and hair follicle, blood and piss test. So that's 30 grand. There's no way in hell that promoters are going to be paying that amount of money. It's just ridiculous, to be honest. I understand it. The British Boxing Board of Control are appealing Conor Ben's quote unquote, how do I say this? They are appealing Conor Ben's innocence. They have the right to appeal. I have it under good understanding that there might be entities actually influencing the British Boxing Board of Control, a limited company, by the way. They are not. They are only British Boxing Board in name and not in stature. They are a limited company. My boss man from down the road is a limited company, right? So he could probably do drug tests if I really asked him nicely. Okay. So at the end of the day, Rah, it's just so funny to me.
What's the consensus in terms of, or not consensus? I think what's the mood in terms of suspicion based on Alycia's appearance? You know, there's that famous video clip I think Boxing King Media put out when that was she at one of the shows flexing her guns. You know, things like the jaw shape. Yeah. I mean, because remember, all of that sort of thing was done with Conor. Saying that, look at the physical change. Look at how his shoulders. You know, look at how dramatically different they are. And then you go further back, Evander Holyfield, the way his traps and shoulders grew once he moved up to heavyweight. That ain't proof, of course, but it's a strong indication. Is that the sort of thing that people are saying about her?
I mean, there's been strong talk of line that Alycia was not hard-bodied by an infant. That's not the case. Alycia had muscles very, very, very long ago, like Star Wars. Like Star Wars, in a galaxy far, far away, in a time far, far away. Now,
Yeah,
you know, Rah,
I
what
did see that photo
No, carry on.
put up as a kid. She was like 7 years old and she had muscles.
Bro, she would knock me out. I'm not gonna lie. 7-year-old Alycia versus me. I'm like, you know what? I might have to get a steel chair, a ladder. I might have to have a faction. I might just have to just deck her with I don't know, a bazooka. But I digress. What I'm trying to say is, right, is that, you know, I had an interview with Steve Kim just last night, and Steve actually came across and, you know, insinuated in the sense that I can just look and I can see that there might be something, this and this or whatever like that. But that would have to indicate that she was taking this testosterone hormone from a very young age. I don't know if I can believe that. I don't know if I want to believe that. But I am not going to let my, you know, just because I'm a fan of somebody doesn't exclude them from this judgment. And it's not even like a judgment. This is something that, you know, I know for a fact that she failed some tests, and I know for a fact that she, you know, when I first found out, right, I was mortified. Saka, we're gonna read your comments because you are an OG in the game, and we fucking love you, bro. The people who
wait,
came.
can I just say thanks to everyone who was so happy to see us back? Didn't realise we were both missed.
Of course, we were missed. The RnR Hour was and is an absolute pleasure for everybody. You know, you have Saka, you have Ellis, you have Paloma, you have so many people, and there's more people that are going to be coming through. So that's why this is streamed on Twitter, Twitch. I think Ikram said, oh, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So the people who came at Canelo in 2018, like me, better have the same energy for Alycia Baumgardner. Saka, at the end of the day, it's a bit dicey. You know, when I spoke to Rick Ramos, who's very close with Alycia, and he spoke to her. I've spoken to so many people who've spoken to her, and I'm not spoken to her myself. All right. So I know what she said, and from what she's insinuating is that her contract has been up. So she's kind of alluding to the sense that Matchroom might have had some, allegedly, because I'm not getting sued for no one, allegedly, right? That, you know, so because her contract has been up and she has apparently been speaking to other promoters and this or whatever like that. I don't know how many other promoters you can speak to in terms of women's boxing, because there's literally Boxer and Matchroom, possibly Top Rank. So, you know, I don't understand how you can say that.
Well, what would be the purpose of going to Top Rank? Just for the rematch with McCabe?
But this is the thing, Rah. Who your promoter has something to do with you popping. My issue is that we only find out now. My issue is that the test came back 2 days prior to the fight, and apparently Matchroom only knew about the test on Saturday the 12th, last Saturday.
Yeah.
The fight happened last week. So who's, you know, my job is to dissect all of this weirdness and try and, you know, bring boxing back into the fold of a respectable sport. I don't understand what she's trying to say. I have no idea what she's trying to say. The fact of the matter is, you cannot blame a promotional outfit who are losing millions or thousands or hundreds and thousands of dollars, pounds, dineros, rupees, and say it's gotta be something to do with the fact that my contract is up. That's fucking nonsense, Alycia.
Incidentally,
That's not true.
Isn't that the vibe? The rumors that that's what Dillian's excuse is. That
Dillian is on a fight by fight basis. Where is this? Where does the buck stop? Where does the buck stop?
Yeah, listen,
it's ridiculous.
It's nonsense. I mean, are we seriously saying that Eddie Hearn is that influential that he can get at someone in the laboratories? I mean, it's not beyond the possibility. You know, if you're some technician in a testing lab and you're earning 17,000 a year, I suppose for a big enough fight. I mean, promoters, to be honest, listen, I love Eddie. He's a great guy to talk to, but I'm under no illusions. None of these promoters are necessarily, you know, they're not Mother Teresa, are they? So it's within the realms of possibility.
I just want to read a comment.
You know, they can find someone, lab technician who works for UCAD or what's the other testing agency? Oh man, my memory's gone.
I've got to be honest with you, Rah. I find the British Boxing Board of Control, their testing and everything to do with them fucking shambolic. It's not right. It's weird. No other sport has this type of fucking bullshit so consistently. It's absolutely astounding that we are and the thing is, Rah, you and I, we are in the business. Right? How many fighters, Rah, have come to you and said, I only get tested when I'm on TV? And even when you're tested on TV, it's a piss test.
Yeah, loads of them won't even get tested on TV. If they're on a 6-round undercard fight, nah. Yeah, it's when it's like a championship level fight that you might start to get testing. There just ain't the money to do the thorough testing. Well, how much did you say it was? Like the full.
So there's 10K for the piss test. There's 20K for the piss test and the blood test. It's 30K for a piss test, blood test, and a hair follicle test. A hair follicle test will tell you exactly what you had for breakfast yesterday. That's the 30K, one.
Yeah, that's the thorough one. Get this.
Yes.
Most British champions, most of them aren't earning 30K in purses. So,
Rah, the small hall promoters.
It don't make sense.
Look at Rah. You cover TM14 promotions at the Peacock. You cover. Yeah. I've covered DNY. We've covered small hole shows, and I've seen with my own eyes how much money these lot are making. They get paid cash. It's not feasible. And the thing is, Tony.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Tony Ellis. To be fair to her, she did pass multiple tests. I'll tell you something for nothing, Tony Ellis, and this is exactly true. And this, believe me, right? For one day, you will get tested, and it will only cover maybe 3/4 of the drugs on the sheet. The other test is for the rest, right? So that's why the piss test covers this. This covers that, and the hair follicle test covers everything. You cannot. The hair follicle test is like Maury and a DNA test. I don't know if you lot have watched Maury, but when you're the father, you're the father. Am I lying? Right, am I lying?
You're not. Listen, if I know you would like. I know you're big on drug testing, yeah? You want to be the Maori of boxing drug testing. So after the big fights, you want to be there with like the two fighters, one of them saying, nah, you know, you didn't really whoop me, you must have cheated. You're there with your envelope and you want to get the envelope out and say, here are the drug test results. Alycia, you are dirty. Or not.
You are the father, Alycia. You are the father. Right. So, I want Steve Wilco to come here, give me the paper, and be like, "Oh, you failed." Right. My thing is this: I will not tolerate people performance-enhancing drugs, right? I will not tolerate that fucking bullshit in the sense of the fact that you are going to kill somebody's son, kill somebody's mother. Yes, kill somebody's mother. In the case of Nina Hughes, she has a child. This sickness needs to either be eradicated or everybody needs to be allowed to have pets, and no one needs to say anything, and there needs to be no board and just Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. By the way, Alicia's last opponent, Linda Datu, is also a mother, so that puts it into perspective.
It always puts things into perspective.
But you know, the question going around as Nessa boxing voice, where I started my reporting career at, you put it yesterday, is her legacy under threat? But look how many of the greats have popped dirty.
Right, legacy under threat. What the hell are we even saying about this type of stuff? Like, well, what legacy? You know, my thing is that, look, Alycia, you've never popped in your whole entire life, and then you popped literally before a fight. And the wildest thing, you're literally in the ring while having popped, and they let you in there. The whole thing should have been cancelled.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
That is unreal. Why?
It's not right. It's not right. It's literally
how quickly do they get the test results back? Because if it's more than 2 days, then there's no point having a drug test 2 days before, surely. Whatever the minimum time frame.
Yeah, but Rah. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. What's the point of a drug test if you aren't even drug testing people? Not even drug test people. What's the point of a drug test? Okay, look, I'm driving a car. Yeah, I'm driving a car. I am high as shit. Okay, I get pulled over by the fence. Yeah, you're drunk. Don't worry. Get back in the car and drive and go to your destination. Right? I get to my destination. Right? Oh, you failed you failed the breathalyzer. Okay, fair enough. What are we even talking about here? What is your purpose? What is Varda's purpose? UCAD's purpose? What is the purpose of any of you lot? You're fucking irrelevant. There's no room or need for you at all, because you are literally putting people's lives in danger because one of you are lying. One of you are lying. Eddie's lying, or UCAD are lying, or Varda are lying, right? Not UCAD in this situation, but one of them are lying. So somebody is telling fibs, right? Why is it that we only understand? Why is it that the fighters? So basically, what happens with the drug test is that you literally, there's 2 parties that get the results before the fight, right? Before the fight. Matchroom are saying that they got the results on Saturday. Yeah, I will be shocked if they were able to release a statement like that, and Varda would not be held accountable. Because how the hell are you? How can they for me as a promoter, I'm literally like, I need to know the results now before the show, big man. I need the DNA test right now. Yeah, before the show, everything.
Without knowing how it works, I actually somewhat, I don't put as much blame on the testing agency, because as far as I'm aware, the testing agency have no interest in the sport per se. Their job is literally, we can do tests on people, whether they're positive or negative is not our, we don't care either way. We ain't getting nothing out of it. If you want to pay us to do this, we can do it. Now, you're right, it does depend on what they've signed up to in terms of the speed that they can get results. But I don't think that in itself, now that UCAD's a different matter, because they actually sanction athletes who test positive. And that whole notion to me sounds stupid. Like, why is the drug testing agency? Why is it their job to impose a punishment? It should be whoever's administering the sport. They administer the punishment. Yeah.
But how can you get
drug
punished
testing
off of
agencies-
limited companies, Rah? How can you get punished off of limited companies? If a limited company came to me and said, "Oh yeah, you have a ban," okay,
If you've
cool.
signed up to that limited company's terms and agreements for doing business with them, because say that the board, they imposed a 4-year ban if you tested positive for something, you can't fight under the board, and the board also have, you know, a lot of relations with the other major governing bodies in other countries and worldwide. If there's some sort of agreement that, yeah, don't let this guy or girl compete, you know, for any of your titles, then they're forced into these peripheral bodies, like these white collar bodies, and you get me. I mean, obviously, it goes back to the same old argument about what's wrong with the sport. Well, everything can be traced back to the fact that there isn't a single point of governance. Like in football, there's FIFA. FIFA have got their rules. Random drug testing, every professional player in the world has to go through it. If you miss it, this is the punishment. If you pop dirt, this is the punishment, and it's worldwide because they govern the sport worldwide. So if you're in Uzbekistan as a footballer, the FA in Uzbekistan have to abide by FIFA rules. They don't, they get kicked out of FIFA competitions, so they can't try and play in the World Cup. You know, all of that. So I don't know. It's like you said. I think the board can only govern the sport here in the UK, I guess, and try and get as much cooperation as they can from everyone else. Where does Alycia go from here? Do you think, is it going to be like Conor Benn? It will drag on in the courts for a year before she is cleared or not cleared?
She will get stripped. She is adamant. Yo, million percent. She's gonna get stripped. I've actually reached out to all of the sanctioning bodies. I need to brush up on my Espanol, and yeah, at the end of the day, she will get stripped. She should get stripped, or be a champion in recess until that she's able to prove where this testosterone hormone has come from. I mean, it's very common within women fighters. I'm not saying that Alycia is guilty. I'm not saying this or whatever like that. All I've done is literally reported the fact that she has popped twice. So she popped before the fight. So for her to do that, she would have had to end a cycle or what have you within camp or during camp. Mm-hmm. Right? That's when they strike. That's literally when they take the samples and everything like this. What I don't get is, bruv, how you know that there's voluntary testing. Like you know, and I don't put it past anybody, because Jermell Miller literally went for voluntary testing and had every single pharmaceutical drug and their mother in his system. Right?
I wonder if they're like, if cheats are like drug addicts, maybe the need for it, the need to cheat, does it just override all sense? That's the only thing I can think.
I don't know, Rah. Like, you know what? You're an OG in the game, Mr. Rah. You've seen it all. You've been there. That's why I have so much love and respect for you, is because you have a first bird's eye view and testament of everything. And the thing is that, look, with me, it just doesn't make sense when you're putting yourself for voluntary testing and you fail and you know you've done something. Jermell Miller for me was the wildest one. Miller literally, Miller literally had roid rage on a plane going through the thing. Like, I'm gonna kill him. Dillian was like, that's a bit mad out here in these streets, rude boy. What is this?
Listen, and Miller is a perfect example of how short people's memories are, because
mine is not. Only because I speak to Salita a lot, and I don't make him forget anything.
He's still in the picture for big fights. Hey, listen, we got to accept that in this day and age, the need for entertainment is such that morality goes out the window. I think that this is probably gonna, like I said, it will probably disappear into the courts, into the process. You know, as Eddie keeps calling it, the process, whatever that means. It'll get tied up with red tape. Yeah, she might be champion in recess or whatever. You'll have some interim champions pick up some of the belts, and in a year or so, she'll be back, and it'll probably all be forgiven. Especially if there's big fights like the rematch with Michaela, with more needle now. You know, by then young Caroline might well be on the scene.
Can you imagine Michaela Mayer right now? She is literally rubbing hands like Birdman. Michaela's like, what? I know for a fact that Michaela is doing every single type of interview with every single type of publication. Hey, everybody's trying to get a piece. Even me. I'm not gonna lie. I hit the DMs. Hey, big head. You know,
if you want to, you know, I'm your guy. If you want Michaela, that, you know, she's you know, she's hot for me.
She's feeling a bit of rah-rah.
Yeah.
You dirty dog.
I'll have a word with her and see if Michaela she'll grant me that. But yeah, she's come back to the UK. She can't keep away from me.
Whoa! What is she back in the UK? No, Rah,
she's coming back.
Nah. Fuck that. Yeah, Rah, you can't just be hitting those flexes over here, my guy. And okay, what? Okay, no. Okay, so obviously we've only got 10 minutes left. The RnR show will be back next week, right? So we are back full and force and full effect. I want to try and get a special guest on for us next week, so hopefully that pans through. But we got 10 minutes, and I want to go straight into Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has defeated Robert Helenius in emphatic fashion, absolutely took him to hell, sent him to Ragnar Lothbrok, Uhtred, and Ivor the Boneless. He's literally drinking at Odin's table with Thor and all these other people. Rah,
of course.
I want to know your predictions. I want to know what you think of the fight. I want to know everything that you have to say about it.
Yeah, it weren't great from AJ, but I think, as you alluded to on the boxing and banter last night, he's evolved, and you know, my old friend Kenny Kane, who I sometimes do the Monday show with, he's made this point. Yeah, you know, he's evolved. Look, even a bad man, once he gets over 30, you need to mellow and use your sense a bit more, and I think that's what AJ's doing. Yeah, I think he should take the Wilder fight at either December or January or whatever. I think he should sign it. I don't want this to be like Lennox Lewis v Riddick Bowe, the fight that never happened. They're both, I think, at the same level now, i.e. they've been found out at the championship level, but they're still amongst the best and most exciting heavyweights. And it's the biggest money heavyweight fight still, despite all that. So I think you should take it. As you know, on the show I did with your No Smoke colleagues, I did express the opinion that I think Wilder's punching power is somewhat
overrated.
So we might have to do a longer discussion with that. I've had other channels actually ask me to come on because for having the temerity to express that opinion, I've even been having people sort of dig me out personally, as you know, the social media world does. If you dare criticize or question people's favorite fighter, but yeah,
Well,
I
fuck 'em,
think
man.
it should
Obviously,
happen.
all those burner accounts,
I
they
think
all need to die. I want them all to be in the dirt. And I will work
exactly.
very hard and tirelessly until they are 6 feet under, every single one of them. But no, Rah, carry on, bro.
In terms of prediction, you know, AJ's my guy. Went to the same boxing club as him as a kid, so I will at this point go for an AJ points win. I think he will have to carry on doing what he's doing, but with a bit more aggression. But this cautious approach of his, I think that will serve him well going forward now. And it'll be probably one of those exciting fights that is held in anticipation, but is a bit anticlimactic because AJ probably will win it in a less than exciting fashion. That's my early prediction. If it's in Saudi Arabia, I'm saving up and I'm going to go. So as you know,
I'm going as well. Nah. I'm covering that fight as well. I want everything. I want the gown, I want the whole. I want me, Prince Ali, Fabulous He, Ali Ababwa. I want us all to be chilling with lions and tigers, babe. All it. Nah, rah. I want to be eating the finest kufta. I want to be having the. Listen. January, okay. We see Anthony Joshua destroy Deontay Wilder within 4 rounds. That's my personal prediction. Big love, obviously, to Malik and everybody over there, Gerald and everybody over there at the PBC side. I have so much respect and love for all of those guys, but this is my personal opinion in terms of patriotism and just the fact that Anthony Joshua got me into boxing. If it wasn't for Anthony Joshua, you would not see NSS re-KO boxing. You wouldn't even see me like this if it wasn't for Rah. You know, and my heroes, just like Ring IQ, Boxing Beats and Rhymes, Hatman, all of these other people, you would never ever see me like this, right? I mean, you probably would.
Indeed.
But
inspiration to all of us.
You are definitely my inspiration, my brother, and I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for me. 150,000%. I know I've said it a lot, but I really mean it. One prediction that I am actually going to say is that Anthony Joshua, within 4 rounds, is absolutely going to create a new constellation called the Bronze Bomb Star. Right there, without light pollution. If you're just going to the countryside, you are going to see a bazooka, both hands, dynamite, just like a Daniel Dubois, who is going to win and defeat Alexander Usyk in front of 46,000 fans in Wrocław, Poland. We're going to see something incredible, Rob.
Indeed.
And I just can't wait.
Be a fight for the ages. I mean,
and
before we wrap up, just tell us what have you got in the pipeline in the next week or so?
Oh, I have quite a few interviews. Obviously, follow the socials, man. NSS_Rico_boxing. You know, my Twitter is my Instagram is give me a second. Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed. My Instagram is NSS_Rico_boxing_. You can follow me on Twitter on Rico boxing Rico_boxing. You know, I have a lot of interviews coming in the pipeline. I'm really trying to get a George Foreman interview, man. I'm really trying my best and my hardest to get that George Foreman interview. I've reached out. You know, there's positive vibes. Next week is going to be salubrious. It means beneficial to one's health and well-being. So, you know, I don't like to say who I'm going to interview until it's maybe 70 or 80%, and usually it's like on the day or like before. So yeah, just watch the space. iBoxingHub, No Smoke Sport, Sporting Icons. I'm going to be covering the fight on Friday at York Hall with a one Nathaniel Collins. Once he absolutely decimates that guy, we're going to have a proper beer because Scotland doesn't really have proper beer, so I'm going to treat him to something nice. And yeah, you know, Rah, what have you got in the pipeline?
You know, last night I spent a good couple hours in Luton, the Shamrock Boxing Club, run by Mervyn Turner. He's got some great stuff coming up in that local area, Bedfordshire small horse scene, but he's also very heavily involved behind the scenes at the very highest level. He's one of those OGs. He's like pension age, but he still loves his boxing. But I got some interviews from there. Tomorrow, I'm at the York Hall. The guys want a night out to dress up. And of course, next Wednesday, the big one, the big trip to Poland. Cannot wait for that. Yeah,
Oh,
heavyweight
I love how you left
title
that for last.
Can't
Rah
wait.
is going to be there. I'm so jealous. He's going to see Daniel Dubois absolutely create a new constellation called the Usekian Way. Make sure that you are not around light pollution. Make sure that you are around in the countryside when we see Daniel Dubois absolutely absolutely earn the hearts and minds of the nation, of every type of nation, continent, every type of this, the Yoruba tribe, the Zimbo tribe, every single type of people. It's going to be salubrious, beneficial to my health and well-being, because I have a couple of bets with people, and they're going to pay for my daughter's quinceañera. I'm not Spanish, I'm not Mexican, but I'm going to have a quinceañera just because I can. But just to wrap up the show, I just want to say thank you, Rah, so much. Thank you for all that you do for boxing. Thank you for all that you do for the small horse shows and everything that you do, my brother, man. I just want everybody to follow Rah and all social media platforms. You know, absolute gentleman and a scholar. And I couldn't ask for a better co-host and a better friend, for real. So, Rah, I'll leave you to close the show.
Love, Rico. Yeah, always a pleasure. Again, apologies to our viewers. We've both been busy with life, laugh, all of that. But yeah, we will continue to be here as and when we can. We'll continue to bring you news, views, and content from around the boxing world. So with that, I'll bid you good night for now, and look out for us in the coming week.
Next week, Thursday, RnR Hour. I think that we can have a special episode where Rah is actually in Warsaw or Wrocław, Poland. I just can't wait, Rah. I wish you nothing but the best. And also, we chop it up anyway, but safe flight, safe travels, and I'm going to pray for you, my guy. Much love to everybody. Big up to our man behind the scenes, our Heyman. We haven't got quite a name for him yet, but just know that he's brought us all together, and I can't thank him enough. So God bless everybody. Take care and have an incredible evening.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my cards with a sweet one.